Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Cleveland Browns. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Watson on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now it's Watson. Caught here by Bell. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And Chubb will try the middle here. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll run with Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. Here we go on 4th. Watson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Oh, they were so close to the goal line, Charles. 4th down, they figure, well, we'll go for it. But the decision to pass winds up being a bad one with that interception.
Well, I think you said it really well. They may have just figured we're this close, we may as well go for it. Or they had a plan right from the beginning coming into this game to be aggressive. In any event, it didn't work out for them.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
From the end zone, Smith buying time to his left. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Blitz coming, and down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. They'll roll him out right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The 2nd down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find... And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. 4th and goal, and they just tell the leader of this offense to sneak it in there, and he got it done.
Yeah, all you're trying to do is follow the wedge that's created in front of you. Center, guards, tackles. Just get low, fire out, and you get low right behind them and get it over the goal line.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for it. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st and 10, Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson's throw hauled in by Bell. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he
takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. It's Smith. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I feel like my man, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. 4 yards on the pickup.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Seahawks.
On 1st down, it's Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. Down the sideline he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for 2 more. After the interception, here's Watson. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. To throw is Watson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
It's now third down and less than a yard.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And quickly, they get to the line. On first down, it's Watson. Touchdown, Browns! Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now Geno on first down. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. From the gun, here's Smith. Going right back to Smith and Jigbo. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling. Geno now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Out of the gun, Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Throwing now is Geno. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Smith now to throw. Rolling to his right. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Myers' kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. There he goes, right side. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they still got a shot.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave it with a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Smith on 3rd down. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
And that's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. To throw on 2nd is Watson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
A gain of 12. And the Seahawks 1st down.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel sub packages, don't they?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, he saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry up. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Returning right back to Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Gino.
41-yard line.
It's caught. Lockett. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another 1st down. Throwing is Smith. This complete to Lockett. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
The Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Smith. He completes this to Walker. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Smith. And that one incomplete as it breaks a string of 8 straight pass completions.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Myers' kick is good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense, get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, Is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They're going to hurry back to the line now. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. Fourth down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Steps away to his left. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. Watson looks to throw again, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Watson. Steps away. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
DJ Dallas on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Smith. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 52 yards. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line.
Brings up third down.
From his goal line here, Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match the opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
But he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick 6, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Watson now to throw. They'll get this to Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Now Watson. Right back to Njoku. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They go with Chubb on 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Smith to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Randy McLeod.
And the Browns have just about sewn up this football game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Watson now to throw. And he's got his receiver Cooper. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now it's Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
On 4th down, Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted